and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of August 17th, 2016. I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
So this week we have not a lot of news, but an awful lot of other things. We have a little bit of news. We have a couple brief discussions of some new Titans Return toys. We have Till All Are One number 3. And we have Where the Meets the Eye number 56, the first look at what's been going on with Red Alert and Fort Max. Well, to start with, let's get to the news. The Twitter accounts for both the Transformers movie and Michael Bay have been full of reveals for characters' exciting new Transformers 5 forms, which are exciting, I guess. There's been, they've put up, just character sheet looking, images for Megatron, Barricade, and Bumblebee.
These very much look like a concept art format.
Yeah. Megatron, I saw someone on Twitter pointing out that Megatron looks like Ultron's son.
Yeah. Like last we saw him, he was Galvatron the truck who was sort of Megatron-y, but not really.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, now he's got that, he's got the big sort of tusky bits that are a lot like...
Yeah, that apparently flip out.
A lot like Ultron.
Which is weird.
Yeah! Exciting. I'm sure that will be very useful and relevant to many things. Bumblebee pretty much looks like Bumblebee. He is Bumblebee. Barricade is a little bit redesigned as far as we can tell, because they all just look like sort of a mishmash of random mechanical bits, as they always have.
Yeah, Barricade does look kind of more like Bumblebee or, what was the Stinger in the last movie? The red one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, he's more rounded like that, but he's got lots of little evil cop detail on him other than that. His face is different.
He's always been fun for that.
Yeah, but he's got like, brass knuckles that say punish and, is it? Some of them say punish and enslave backwards, and he's got other things on his elbows to elbow drop people, and handcuffs and a gun and nightstick. He's just covered in detail.
I'm a little wary of, bringing specifically evil cops into things right now. Though I would think that would be like the sort of thing Michael Bay wouldn't be so into.
Yeah.
Given his political leanings.
But
on the one hand, yeah. On the other hand, maybe he'll luck into getting it right accidentally.
I was thinking on the other hand, maybe he just doesn't think about it that much, and
that also seems likely.
He just didn't think that hard about it.
Also, Barricade has brass knuckles that are protect and serve.
Oh, okay.
Like, the letters etched into it, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is pretty great.
They're backwards, so when he punches you, you can read it.
Yeah. So when it's in your rear view mirror, you can read it.
And I'm looking through the Transformers Twitter account, and Hound is more meta-key this time around.
Yeah,
although that seems to only be the case because he has Red Cross symbols slapped on him.
Yeah, actual Red Cross symbols. They're allowing... That's been a Transformers thing where they haven't been able to use it, like, forever on Ratchets because whatever, rights to
It is a registered trademark of the Red Cross.
Yeah, it makes sense, but the fact that they're using it now on what is Robot John Goodman covered with bullets is kind of weird.
Although, let's be fair, this is clearly concept art, and concept artists don't think about shit like trademarks while they're drawing up concept art.
But
yeah,
we saw that green truck, and I think that had Red Cross symbols on it, maybe? It was a while ago.
I feel like we're giving more thought to this than Michael Bay is.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, but I don't want to shortchange ILM too much.
Yeah.
I'm sure the actual concept artist gave thought to it, but I think Michael Bay looked at it and said, yeah, that's good.
Did we mention Hot Rod last week?
I think so. Because I was disappointed that he was insufficiently red and had insufficient flames.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And, oh god, and the tweet on the account is, Hot Rod, this is no cartoon.
Was that the thing that led me to bring up the whole story about, no, it was Combiner Wars that led me to bring up the whole story about San Francisco getting destroyed.
Yeah.
So, but again, oh man, I've never read anything that's maturely written with Hot Rod in it. Imagine such a thing. And then go buy it, go buy more than meets the eye.
Yeah. And it's weird because they made Drift red now, so Rodimus couldn't be red. What? Why?
I don't know. Drift-kun is more important. So, also, speaking of Japanese things, we have now seen pictures of the Takara Tomy releases of Titan's Return, Blur, and Scourge. And I have to say that this is probably the Blur I'm going to get.
There's a difference? I don't want Blur.
There is a significant difference.
There's a massive difference, and I say this having looked at Blur like this past weekend and gone, those colors aren't great.
Wait.
Like going into the store with the intention of, okay, if there's a Blur, I'm going to buy it. Seeing the colors and going, well, maybe not.
So the Japanese version is more saturated and he has white boots?
Well, yeah, it's got,
The white boots are
the Titan's Return one, I can't even really describe very well. It's entirely blue. He doesn't have significant details, and the colors of blue are not significantly differentiated. And it's a very sort of odd, I don't know, Alex, you probably know the specific terms for this. Just that odd shade it is.
It's like a, dirty mid-tone turquoise rather than an actual blue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, in my uneducated way, I was going to say that, yeah, it looks like it has a little too much green to it.
So it's more like Brainstorm colors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes the Titan's Return Brainstorm even more baffling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, Blur is, the Japanese one looks, more like the movie. He's got the white bits, he's got dark blue legs and details, and he's got light blue. The blues are not nearly as close together. I can't tell if he uses, I'm guessing he probably, or, their releases are probably not using that odd shiny, shimmery plastic that the American ones are. Which, I don't know what the deal is with that plastic.
On the one hand, I think it does look cool. On the other hand, it worries me slightly after stuff you've brought up.
Yeah, we were discussing this weekend because Alex was hanging out here with me, and we picked up a few Titan's Return toys, and with the deluxes, we were discussing how the plastic, that sort of shimmeriness to it, is a lot like the gold plastic notorious for gold plastic syndrome, and we were concerned that possibly the new, this new generation of designers that they have there, we're wondering if they're aware of gold plastic syndrome.
Like, I hope from a material science standpoint, the old formula that had the issue has just been retired altogether.
Yeah.
And also I don't think there's been enough, turnover in the engineering department versus the design department, but still, I see it and I worry.
Yes. I mean, Aaron Archer did say that they had, managed to find a gold plastic that was ideally not, susceptible to just randomly breaking after a few years. But yeah, I'm curious to see in about 10 years if these toys are going to just start falling to dust or if this is something that's perfectly fine and
wasn't there
it's a new
swirl plastic
formulation.
in some of the movie toys? Like some of the Bumblebees?
I don't know if it was this world.
Well, all I have is...
I don't know, I only...
This could even just be literally swirled plastic where they have, multiple colors of plastic that they're injecting at the same time, and they're just doing like 2 shades that are just a hair off of each other.
I was wondering if it was maybe like when I used to do Gundam kits and I would make what I called cartoon gold by just mixing a yellow with a silver to make basically metallic yellow. So, but yeah, it's maybe a little worrying, but we're going to see. It doesn't look from these pictures like they're using that in Japan, but who knows? It's entirely possible that that's a thing. Scourge.
It's also entirely possible that this is stock photography and not based on final product.
Yay! That is also entirely possible. They could be hand-painted. And the Scourge is less, I mean, the American Scourge is Scourge, and the Japanese Scourge is Scourge. He isn't as off as Blur was, so, shrug. I'm sure people who care more about Scourge might have more detailed
wasn't there something
commentary
weird
on
with
that.
Scourge? Was it like his legs were wrong in the Titan Masters version?
Huh.
I remember somebody
Wasn't ringing a
complaining
bell.
about something about him. I forget what it was. It probably just
Was it his mustache? Did he have his mustache?
No, I think it was like he wouldn't lock together in vehicle mode, or like his legs were floppy or something.
Oh, yeah, and that's just going to depend on the plastic used and et cetera, et cetera. So, I don't know. But here, David, for your sake, I will share an image of the American Blur so you can see how off that blue looks.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen it in stores and not picked it up because I didn't want Blur, and he's all like the same shade almost.
He's all the same shade, and he's slightly greener than in this render.
Yeah. I want that mind wipe so bad.
So yeah, I'm not usually oh my god, wait for the Japanese version sort of person, but in this case, the Japanese version, the US version has a significant issue that the Japanese version seems to fix. So there you go. Other than
I wonder
that,
if this is from them basing the deco more on the original toy than on the cartoon model.
maybe.
In other toy news,
Yes, in other toy news, there was an interview recently with one of the Hasbro designers on the Transformers team, with Bleeding Cool. Hasbro Transformers Senior Design Manager John Warden. And the interesting thing, there's some interesting stuff. A lot of it's stuff that, longtime people who have been to, Q&A sessions at BotCons are familiar with, talking about how they work with, Takara Tomy, et cetera, et cetera. The noteworthy thing, and I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read this quote. When we shared the idea of Sentinel Prime with IDW, they got really excited that it would work really well with their storyline. And the idea of him resurrecting and coming back to a world where maybe he doesn't fit in is an exciting place for them and their continuity in the universe. We feed off the fans of theirs too. If you look at their comic book series, you have great female characters like Victorion and Nautica. And I think as fans look forward to the future of Titan's return, they can expect more and more of these characters from the IDW universe to be brought to the line in a really interesting way.
Yay, Victorion!
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yay,
Nautica.
Also,
You
yay,
only got one.
Victorion. Yeah, so, that was and wasn't, there a name drop for her before?
yeah, it was mentioned in maybe it was another Toy Talk. I know it came up somewhere.
So, that seems
That's
pretty, yeah, that seems like almost absolutely certain, which is exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done some very good IDW based designs before, so I'm definitely hopeful about that.
There is one thing that leaves me worried about that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting way.
Alright.
I would be slightly worried that they might do Nautica as a Titan, like one of the,
Just a head.
entry-level head with playset figures.
Oh, that would be sad. I mean, she'd get a little boat, presumably, but...
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool, actually, yeah.
Well,
But
you could
yeah,
just stick her
that
on a
would be
scourge,
sad.
and that's, well, it's not purple, but it's close.
And spray paint it purple.
Yeah.
There you go. That's fine.
Okay,
That's
yeah, that
acceptable.
works then. I'm satisfied.
There you go. So shall we move on to reviews at this point?
Sure.
I think it's time for reviews. Alex, did you want to talk about one of the toys that you got this weekend?
Sure, I'm willing to talk about any of them.
Okay.
Except Skull Cruncher, who I didn't actually open yet.
Yes, well, that's fine because he's the one I got, so he would be the one that I would bring up. Yeah, just pick one. Tell us what you think.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go with, Hardhead. He's relatively simple, he's exactly what you'd expect looking at him, he's not really full surprise, but he's fairly well made. Like, everything seems to fit together the way you'd want it to. It's interesting that they did a weird panel in the back where his gun connects to let it actually aim up and down, which is pretty neat for something that's a detachable gun. The head's nice and has multiple places it can fit in vehicle mode, and all in all, yeah, I'd recommend it.
Pretty good toy? Pretty good toy.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I got Skull Smasher, which I'm going to put in quotes because, I don't know, I can't ever get my head around actually using these, like, updated, trademark-friendly G1 names. Like, Trailbreaker is still Trailbreaker. And Slingshot is still Slingshot. But yes. So Skull Cruncher, who I primarily picked up because having my enthusiasm dulled for Blur by his dull color scheme, I remembered that Skull Cruncher had that bit in More Than Meets the Eye where he is a stand-up comedian. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I got him. He's alright. And it's actually kind of funny because that's like the last toy, especially if you listen to our Stasis Pod podcast, you would think that would be the last toy that I would get because he's both a Decepticon and he's a beast. But no, I got the one that was an animal. His tail, the problem I've been having with him is that since his back legs don't really articulate very much, I have trouble getting him to like stand in animal mode with all his limbs touching the ground. Because his tail just sort of sticks straight out. I really like the sculpting on his alligator mouth. Just his whole alligator head and how his tongue and his teeth are sort of a rubbery, plastic. And he's pretty cool. I think there are some things that could have been maybe a little better, but probably budgetary concerns. I imagine it would have been more expensive to give him an articulated tail, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Or a slightly different tail of
I
some kind, but, and maybe back leg and knees for his beast mode.
Yeah. But, I don't understand why his head has black soulless eyes. That's something I may have to remedy myself with some paint. But I mean, he's definitely, I enjoy having him. He is a pretty fun toy, and I can put Crash Bash's head on him because Crash Bash is the absolute best toy ever.
Oh yeah, Crash Bash is amazing and completely spoiled me expectation-wise for Terrible, aka Horrible. Who isn't horrible, but just kind of disappointing in comparison to Crash Bash.
I know! Again, these beast modes, these mongrel beast forms are just winning us over. Alright, so, comics this week. I guess we will...
Didn't you guys get a rewind?
Didn't I talk about Rewind already? And his terrible, terrible elbows?
Oh, maybe you did. I don't know. I just got him. I literally just opened him and had trouble getting him into little, cassette recorder mode.
Yeah, you have to, he's got those little panels that obviously that angle really should have been...
Yeah, you gotta force it.
Yeah. What I end up doing is just very slowly folding it over.
Yeah.
You have to be deliberate and maybe kind of try to start the second ratchet turning before the first ratchet does.
Otherwise, he's adorable.
Yes, David, tell us
Tell
us what you think about Rewind.
I like him. He's probably going to spend most of his life in robot mode once I get Chrome Dome. Other than that, he's kind of adorable. He's a nice size.
Yeah, they can be gal pals together. But yeah, he's fun. I like him. Yes, our comics for the week, we have two exciting comics. We have Till All Are One, and that continues the same creative team it has had before, with, wait for it here, Margaret Scott, Sarah Pitre de Rocher, and Joanna Lafuente. I was actually wondering, I was tempted to just ask somebody on Twitter how many, women they have in creative positions at Marvel right now, because I suspect that we have more on Transformers, than the entirety of Marvel.
That Marvel might have more editors that are women.
Well, yeah, but, also Transformers has will have a woman editor soon, if not already. She's not listed. Sarah Gatos is not listed as the editorial yet. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So, we continue stuff going on Cybertron, with Starscream still blackmailing Windblade over what Chromia did, which Chromia's, feels super guilty about. And various other things going on with the Combaticons, who, yay, individual characters for combiner teams. I'm always very excited to see that. And yeah, they go looking for Swindle, they get Wheeljack involved, they get Rat Trap involved, and in the end, spoilers, they find him. Oh no! Except he's hooked up to life support and basically brain dead.
Oh, poor little Swindle. You don't get to hear him talking. Of course, once he starts talking, he kind of takes over a comic.
Yep. I mean, I feel like what they're going to do is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it looks like they're about to do is try to combine with Brain Dead Swindle to try to get what they can out of his memory, when really what they should be doing is offering a tantalizing deal in front of him.
Get that to stir him out, what? What was that?
Yeah.
That would be pretty great. Actually, I really, and on the subject of combiner teams not getting enough individual love, it's kind of cool that Swindle is one of the only combiner characters who is way above and beyond. Yeah, who's a character who does stuff away from the others. He got to be an animated by himself. He stands alone very much, and so it's kind of nice to have him sort of, it's about him, but he's not there.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have him not outshining the rest of the Combaticons, which I'm sure is part of why they're even less characterized than a lot of the combiner individuals, is because they have one member who's just way cooler than all the rest of them.
Yeah. Well, Brawl and Vortex aren't given a lot of characterization in this, but they're there.
I mean, and it's very interesting to, seeing them debate, between, being concerned about Swindle as, a person and being concerned about Swindle as a repository of potentially useful information. So I like it. This comic continues to be really good, really solid.
Yeah.
The art continues to also be very good and very solid.
Yep. I'm enjoying the political intrigue.
Yeah.
There is one thing I'll say that really weirded me out about this issue.
Mm-hmm.
There is a character who looks exactly like Swerve who shows up in the B-plot about the Combaticons blast off being part of the Ironhide Police Training Force.
That's a Firecon.
Yeah, he's just the exact
I know who
same
you mean
color,
because I took a moment.
Square.
Which one is that?
I don't remember.
Give me just a moment. Yeah, I've purged all that data from my.
But he's got
brain.
the same blocky build, big arms, big torso, big head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that made me stop for a moment and look closely at him. He's the one who's pink and white. So let me open all these tabs from TF Wiki and see which one is the pink and white one. It is Sparkstalker.
Yeah.
So there we go. It is Sparkstalker. And yeah, I think I know there have been Firecons in the background of some of the Caminus stuff.
Yeah, the purple one was central in like the Combiner War stuff because he was helping, whichever one the purple one was.
Wait, I just closed those. I just closed
Sorry.
those tabs.
It does
that would
make
be
sense that the
Cinder.
Firecons would all be Camions.
Yes, that would be Cindersaur.
Ah.
So yes, that is not actually Swerve. That is a Firecon. Yay! Yay! Really obscure stuff. And I appreciate that they're really identifiable because those they were some of those Transformers who had a gimmick that really hindered their ability to really transform much at all. So they're just kind of a box with some legs and wings and a beast head sort of tilted towards the back. So it's kind of nice to see them still having that very identifiable shape in this. Yay! Firecons. So yeah, any other thoughts on that?
It was good. I think this might be the most noir a Transformers comic has been. In a way.
I can see that. Cause there's so much intrigue and, plotting and such going on in the background.
Yeah, it's a classic post-war story, people trying to adjust afterwards.
It is kind of weird that Rat Trap can just go get the Enigma of Combination.
Yeah, well, I mean, on one side, yeah, on the other side,
He's like the one character who could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, two things. A, he's like Starscream's right-hand man at this point. And B, he's Rat Trap.
Yes.
So, between those two things, whatever he doesn't have access to, he can probably get access to. So yeah, that's definitely a little interesting, but at least in this one case, it does seem like you said, if anybody was going to do it, it would be him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they are going to get the Enigma of Combination and combine. They did combine before, right? In Combiner Wars, and that's...
Wait, no, was it a Combiner Wars? I thought
possibly before it.
Wasn't it an old no, maybe it was after, no, in the Asians it was just Menasor, right?
In which ones?
The Revelations, the old IDW stuff, the Asians, the stuff Furman was writing. Wasn't it only Menasor?
I don't remember.
Back then? I don't know, I wasn't reading them back then.
Yeah, I was getting them and putting them at the bottom of my read pile and not getting to them. Alright, so, we have a new More Than Meets the Eye this week.
Yay!
Oh no!
I will say that usually when we get a new issue of More Than Meets the Eye, I read it the moment it is available, and then I spend like the whole rest of the weekend nagging Alex and David to hurry up and read it already so they can feel my pain. Even though, they have other things to do with their lives.
I would have liked to have read it this weekend, but I did not have power for 25 hours. So,
wow.
there was that.
That's fun.
That's fun. No, it was not fun. Not on a hot August day with humidity that's like 75%.
Yeah.
Anyway,
think this weekend was terrible for most people. So, apart from the weather, but this, it's a good issue, but it's not quite that like, oh my god kind of good issue. It's a little lower key.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not going to do the whole detailed recap thing, because it's a habit I should get out of. But, it is a new story that is away from Rodimus and Getaway and everything else going on. We go back to Fortress Maximus and Red Alert. Fortress Maximus, of course, was declared the new duly appointed enforcer of the Tyrest Accord. And they have been hanging out on Luna 1. And for those who remember the Remain in Light storyline, Luna 1 is most notably the location of a huge graveyard of Titans. So hey, if those Titans are going to be returning, there you go. So, yeah, I like that Cerebros was in it.
Yeah, that was like...
that was nice.
It was nice, but I was like, oh, where'd you come from? Oh, you came off panel. a year ago.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, obviously they've been, bringing in other people to help them there because there are a couple others who show up. Also, there's the goat. He looks so cute. His name is Bolt, and he turns into a goat.
He's one of the guys they fixed who had been domesticated in the scavenger story where they found all the lobotomized Transformers that were being turned into robot animal pets.
Yes, I believe it's the start of that story where they mentioned that they're watching Skullcruncher do stand up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they've been slowly working with the domesticated animal bots that they rescued, getting the whole process reversed, getting them back to normal, getting them back to, being sentient. But because of course they're still around, we get this goat. He's such a great goat. I should note that at this point we have art by Priscilla Tremontano, rather than Alex Milne, which, I mean, it's not such a different style that you really notice immediately. But
well, no, not really, I guess.
I did feel like it seemed a little looser, and I'm trying not to say something that's gonna have more connotations than I mean, but like, if you had a spectrum that was from Alex Milne to Josh Burcham line work,
mm-hmm.
This seemed like it was maybe 30-40% of the way across the spectrum.
I can see that. Yeah,
well,
it's
kind of Roshi in that it's really cartoony, but Roche can go more into detail than this. Sometimes too far into detail.
Yeah, this was more stylized, and that's kind of one thing I've always really admired from Josh's line work. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, it's got that little stylized thing. The important thing is that she draws a very adorable goat bot, and I want to toy with him.
Goat bot is great.
His name is Bolt. I do like when so he's leaving the station because he doesn't just want to hang around there. And Fortress Maximus is seeing him off, and he's petting him. He says, "Can you please not, Fortress Maximus, boundaries, remember? No petting." He's so pettable. But yeah, and Prowl shows up, and I like it, but it almost it almost feels like, I mean, he's obviously just come from Sins of the Wreckers. He's got his eye missing still, for one thing. And he's just such an asshole. It's like almost overboard.
Like he's Prowl.
Well, yeah, but
it's more caricatured Prowl as an asshole level. Yeah, which kind of makes sense right after Sins of the Wreckers.
I suppose. But yeah, I'm sure he's a little, he's got his head in interesting places at this point, I'm sure. Fortress Maximus is of course very angry with him on account of that whole years of being horribly tortured at the hands of Overlord thing. You remember that whole thing. And meanwhile they have, what's his name? Outrigger? I think that was it.
Outrigger and his little friend Beak.
Yay! Yes, Outrigger also appears to be, like Cerebros, someone who, showed up, as sort of, I don't want to say reinforcements, but, to, man the base, to staff the base. But he has been going out climbing Titans and having his little camera buddy Beak, who is not actually, he's not directly based on, but he is a little reminiscent of that Armada Laserbeak.
Yeah, the body is a lot like that. He's very blocky.
Yes.
And he also has camera functions, which is also a lot like that Laserbeak.
Yeah. And he's doing one of my favorite things with modern Transformers stuff, and doing something that's pretty much a direct analog to things that people do, which is that he's, putting all his adventures here on the Cybertronian YouTube.
He has 16 subscribers.
17 if you include himself.
Yes.
Yes.
That's cute.
So Yeah, I like that stuff because it's always used in just these adorable, charming ways, like all the stuff like the scavengers editing their own Autopedia entries. and talking about how great they are. And then Sentinel Prime shows up.
Well, Sentinel Prime's little head. Wait, what is the head actually called on the toy?
I don't know. There's definitely some head action going on here. So I'm wondering if there's like an issue of mainline Transformers, adjectiveless Transformers that was supposed to come out before this. Because when did GB Blackrock turn into an actual totally Cybertronian?
Yeah, I felt
this
like
does seem a bit out of order.
Kinda. Well, cause at the end of, what was the preview of Titan Wars or whatever that issue was called, he was going to Earth to do something. And apparently that something is stealing GB Blackrock and converting him into a headmaster off screen.
Yes.
A headmaster called...
Yeah, I mean...
what is he called? Shoot.
Sovereign.
So, isn't Sovereign the name of the head of, Alpha Trion's toy?
It's
the name of one of the combiner toys. Okay, Sentinel Prime's head is gonna be called Infinitus. So, there's that. So I guess... I remember Sovereign was the name of somebody else's head.
I'm pulling it up on TF Wiki as we speak.
Sovereign is indeed the name of Alpha Trion's Titan Master.
Okie dokie. Cause he's sort of those colors.
I guess he is all pinky and purpley.
With them gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, he's got him with him for nefarious means, as it turns out. I love any time that you've got people doing things like eating sparks, so. I'm fond of this talk of Titan Masters apparently, like, eating sparks. So, that's a thing.
That's a creepy thing.
Yeah. Though, Blackrock doesn't want to eat a spark. He's like, that's kinda gross, dude. Let's, find the wording. It says, through ingestion we can convert life into energon, enough to power our host bodies for millennia, which does sound very interesting. If that's, I'm kind of interested to see where they go with this, if all of the Titan Masters are like some kind of horrible vampires.
Well,
or I suppose it's also possibly just an ability that they have.
Yeah, it sounds like it's an optional thing. Kind of. Although I get the feeling, like, Sentinel Prime is probably like a spark vampire at this point.
Yeah. Oh my god, Mind Wipe's gonna be so great.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it makes me think a little bit of Power Masters.
Yeah.
Since they provided power, though they didn't have host bodies so much. That's sort of an interesting way to see. I am very interested to see if they're going to approach this in an American Headmasters fashion or more of a Japanese Headmasters fashion.
Yeah.
For those not clear on the difference there with American Headmasters, the larger Transformer and the head were two different, unique sentient characters. And in the Japanese version, the larger bodies were basically mecha for these smaller people. So there was only one personality there. And of course, being the sort of person who also likes combiner groups not combining, I also like when you have, two characters having to deal with each other like that. Also, I like, how Priscilla Tramontano draws Cerebros being like, expressive. It's pretty great.
Really expressive for a guy who's just a visor and a mask.
Yes.
Also, Red Alert is in this issue.
Oh
yes!
Yeah, he's sort of the main character of this issue, kinda.
He kind of is the viewpoint character, and there's this amazing scene that is just him elaborating on his paranoia that's just, it's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That is very good.
You have to read this, guys and gals.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to the page. You could read it.
No, I don't mean we need to read it here. I'm saying to the audience, you need to read this just for this gag.
Yeah, because he has a nice breakdown of what he hears. He overanalyzes everything that's said to him.
It's so meta that even this sentence.
Ah, yes, that's an incredibly meta. I will, this is one of those, as a writer, moments where I really appreciated how meta it was. But I appreciate that Prowl had a moment of a indirect reference to Chrome Dome, because Prowl is my favorite Terrible X. Such a great Terrible X.
Prowl also has a moment of, oh yes, that is probably the explanation for my horrible behavior.
But unfortunately, Sentinel Prime is doing something horrible to Sovereign to power up one of the Titans, and he seems to have gotten merged into some sort of brain module thing, and, you know, he's having one of those please kill me moments.
All gooey and icky.
That Transformers is so fond of.
Yeah, given that the Revolution preview literally had one of those. There was also that. So yeah, it's a good issue. Not much more I can say with it. There weren't a lot of, like, oh my god, holy crap moments, but there were definitely a lot
it ends
of great
on a holy
moments.
crap that we don't have to spoil, but yeah.
Well, yes, there is that as well.
Yep.
So we will see what happens with that. Yay! And I guess this is just one other part to this, and then it's going on hiatus.
Ooh. Although I understand why.
Yeah. It's fine. It's rebooting. It'll be okay. Just give me another Scavengers issue.
Sure, it's great. So briefly, did you guys read the Revolution second part of the Revolution preview at the end?
Oh no, I missed that.
Oh, it's a different one? Oh, I didn't.
Action Man.
I assumed it was the same one again. I just skipped it.
Sorry for being bad, everyone.
That's okay. I will tell you, it has Action Man. It has Rom, both in sort of a, basically the concern at this point is that Optimus Prime bringing Earth into the, the Federation basically, means that they have now attracted the attention of all the, interstellar bad guys floating around. So you get some stuff with the Micronauts and Baron Karza.
Yay, Karza.
And stuff about apparently Rom has murdered some people.
Well,
but
they're not really people, they're dire wraiths. It's okay.
Okay,
they just
fine.
look like people.
It's okay, they're dire wraiths.
Oh,
and then...
Yeah, the issue ends. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, there's a reveal and it's Miles Mayhem from Mask. Yay!
Hey, wait, is that Blitzwing? Or what's left of Blitzwing?
I think it is. It does appear to be the remnants of Blitzwing, who, as I recall, got horribly, horribly damaged in a previous issue.
I guess I kind of
They can't be dire wraiths, though. They have to be like dismal ghosts.
Well, yeah, it'll be a different name.
Or dreadful specters.
Yes. I like dreadful specters.
Yeah,
that's my favorite one.
Okay, so basically, when we get Titan Master Blitzwing, I'm going to be pretending his head is Miles Mayhem.
What if it actually is?
Oh, if it's called Mayhem. Oh, please do that. Please do that, Hasbro.
Yes, Hasbro, please do it.
Yes, that would be pretty great. So, and yeah, Blitzwing is literally like, please let me die. And, yeah. So that's pretty great. It's pretty cool. I think the whole Revolution thing is going to be a lot of fun. I am glad that it's not really touching more than meets the eye. But still being a thing that exists elsewhere in that universe. So, yeah. and it's an option. I'm sure if James Roberts really wanted to have Rom show up, he could have Rom show up. But presumably if he really wanted to have Rom show up, he would have a good reason. So yes, that is the comics for this week.
Yep.
Very exciting. Yay!
Huzzah!
And I suppose that's it for our show for the week.
Yeah, for this week we're skipping the Combiner Wars Machinima thingy for this week, so we'll do 2 next week. Because we have 2 comics
that'll
to
be
talk
fun.
about. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Yes, next week, I do not think we have any comics. Maybe we'll have something or other. But yeah, we'll go ahead and catch up on Combiner Wars next week, with episodes 3 and 4, and have opinions on them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So until then, this has been Jen.
And Alex.
And David.
Good night.
And here's the reason to have Rom in More Than Meets the Eye.
Uh-huh.
Rom.
Yeah. He's enough reason.
Issue 2 of Rom is out next week.
Oh, next week?
Okay.
I thought the first issue was last week. Or was it 2 weeks ago?